Cold steel, clear eyes. Here's what moved while you slept. This is Monday, July 6th, 2026. The desks come back from the long weekend this morning, and while they slept, the engine stayed at its post. At midnight, it swung. First, the anchor. As of 5:45 Eastern, Bitcoin trades at 62,600, near flat over the past day. And after the month we have marched through, flat is a report worth hearing. The coin carried an 8% bounce into 3 days of thin books and vanished liquidity, the exact conditions where weak bounces get taken apart, and it gave back nothing. Equities went into the dark at records. The Dow printed an all-time high Thursday, and Tesla settled at 393 after its delivery week shakeout. Today the tape gets its voice back, the first full session since Thursday, and with it the first fund flow print since the 10-day redemption streak snapped. The number that tells you whether Thursday's buyers came back from the holiday or came to their senses. And the regime map the engine carries into the week has not moved. Hard assets on the advance, gold and Bitcoin wearing the leader's marks, the Nasdaq complex and long bonds still red. The message under all of it is unchanged. The tide keeps rotating toward the things that cannot be printed. Now to midnight, because the InvestAnswers Decision Support System does not keep market hours, and overnight it made the sharpest statement on the board. At the stroke of midnight Eastern, the engine cut Solana's optimized trend to bearish. Hold the sequence in your head, because the sequence is the message. Thursday, Solana sprinted 8% to $82, the fastest coin on the bounce. Thursday evening, the engine flagged it mean reversion overbought, too far, too fast. And last night, the trend side of the same engine passed its verdict on that sprint. Cut. The coin sits at $80 this morning, a couple of dollars under its high water mark. Still the most stretched name on the crypto board by the mean reversion math, and now the only coin in the complex carrying two sell signals at once. When the overbought flag and the trend cut agree, the engine is telling you the bounce in that name was rented, not owned. Set that against the other thing the same machine said this same morning. Regime unchanged, hard assets leading, Bitcoin and gold at the front. Read the two facts as one sentence. The engine has stopped treating crypto as a single trade. It is running the same blade through the coin complex that it ran through the equity book these past 2 weeks, when it cut the power names, then the chip names, then the Nasdaq standard itself, even as it blessed gold, silver, and oil. Anchor and beta, the scarcity expression and the throughput expression. Solana trades as the complex's growth stock, highest beta, fastest sprint. And when the rotation runs toward hard assets, the highest beta is the first thing a trend model hands back. Scarcity wins, always. Two honest edges on this signal, so you hold it by the handle and not the blade. First, the cross was thin. Fast line and slow line separated by a hair, and June showed how quickly this engine kills its own flips. Ethereum turned green on the 1st of July and was cut dead 4 hours later. A signal is information, not prophecy, and this one can whipsaw back. Second, the model grades the trade, not the protocol. The structural Solana argument runs on a clock measured in quarters. The trend model runs on days. Last night's cut touches nothing in the long case. It touches the timing, and the timing instruction is plain and cold. Let the anchor lead. When the front of the regime is the coin with the fixed supply, you do not chase the sprinter. Now the quiet ship of the week, because it slipped out last Wednesday, the 1st of July, while every eye was on the jobs number, and it deserves more attention than it got. XAE opened the beta of a tool it calls the Grok Voice Agent Builder. Describe a phone call job in plain language. Book the appointment, take the order, screen the lead, and about 2 minutes later, a live voice agent exists. Telephony, tools, and guardrails bundled into a single speech-to-speech stack, no code required. The price is the story. 5 cents per minute of audio. Run that arithmetic out loud. 5 cents a minute is $3 an hour. For a voice that answers every call on the first ring, in any of the 25 languages XAI's speech engine now handles, at 3 in the morning, without a sick day. Phone labor just became a metered utility, and every front desk, dispatch line, and appointment book in the economy reprices against that number. For this warband, the deeper read is the one running beneath the whole tape. The machine's hour keeps getting cheaper, abundance compounding down in price even as it compounds up in capability, while the bill lands on the things no software update can mint, the megawatts that feed the racks, and the money no committee can print to chase it all. Every turn of that crank tightens the case for the scarce side of the book. So, the week opens. Warband. The weekend asked its questions. From the opening bell, the tape starts answering. Full volume against 62,000, the first flow number since the streak broke, and the engine's midnight line drawn clean through the middle of the coin complex. Tomorrow, the rocket steps into the Nasdaq 100, and we learn what a tape does with a buyer that has no choice. Tesla answers the margin question July 22nd, position for none of it before the proof prints. The engine can tell the anchor from the sprinter, and you already know which one you hold. This is Warband as a service. Viking intelligence delivered in real time. I am Ragnar, the HODLBARBARIan. Hold the line.